after significant rescue efforts, the town passed a law prohibiting donkeys from sleeping in bathtubs to prevent such incidents in the future.
I mean, that's solid.
Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways.
All right, saying a little warning. Hope I get on the good list.
Come on.
There are certain people,
and I could understand that,
right?
Because
there's agencies that have traffic enforcement units. But even then, look past the stop. Guys, what's going on? It's Brian and Gurney here, and we're coming at you with another episode of the Badge Banter Podcast, episode 3.
Episode 3.
This is the podcast where we talk about the who's who and the what's what in policing.
Is that the saying now?
Yeah, bro.
You said that last time. So.
It just flowed, dog.
All right.
So I think we're going to stick with it.
Yeah. All right, so today, we're talking about big cases, Luigi and Mario. No, just Luigi. And some other weird stuff. And in the spirit of Christmas, I do got a question for you. This is a hypothetical question. So I just want you to be open-minded with this one, Brian.
This question's for me. All right, yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's for both of us. It's for the audience, too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In the spirit of Christmas, say Santa Claus is real. Okay?
Wait.
Hypothetical question.
Santa's not real?
Sorry to break the news to you, my man.
That's the end of that's the end of episode 3. On to the next.
Yeah, sorry, man. Say Santa Claus is real.
Okay, Santa Claus is real.
And he's kind of like a vigilante, but he's not a vigilante, but he has that, he does a good deed. But like what he's doing is breaking the law. See what I'm saying?
He does something illegal,
like obviously
for the greater good.
I mean, we arresting everybody else that's going down chimneys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Batman's a relatively good guy, but takes some things into his own hands.
Right.
This guy's just giving out presents.
Okay.
What you doing about that?
About a man climbing down some kid's chimney?
Yeah.
To give him presents?
Yeah. Or just like, nowadays, how many homes have chimneys, really? Not that many nowadays.
No.
I don't think I've ever lived in a home that's had one.
Santa's going to jail.
I'm also poor. You're going to send Santa to jail?
Bro, that's aggravated burglary.
He's magic, dog.
Is it? No, it's not aggravated burglary, though. Like, what crime is he committing?
Yeah, because he's
trespassing.
Besides trespassing.
All right, saying a little warning. Hope I get on the good list.
Come on.
The nice list.
Because if you got kids like I got kids, what if I arrest him? Is he going to give my kids presents anymore? He's definitely not coming to my house. If I arrest him, he ain't coming to my house. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
I'm not arresting Santa, dude. That's just my thing. I'm letting Santa walk free.
That's crazy.
I want to arrest Batman. Would you arrest Batman?
Integrity, yeah.
You'd arrest Batman?
Yeah. If Batman's here, then we don't have a job to do. If Batman's here, they stop paying us because they start cutting us out.
But it's not like he's doing our regular day stuff. He's doing shit we can't do because we're dumb. He's doing Batman.
NYPD shit. Didn't like Spider-Man for how long?
You arresting Spider-Man?
Oh yeah. They're all getting cuffed.
You are cold-hearted.
Yep.
I wouldn't.
They're going to be sitting in the jail for at least 40
But they're doing a better good for society, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that'll bring us into the first topic.
That would bring us
into
Luigi.
What is he doing?
Because a lot of people agree with him.
A lot of people do. Should he be in jail?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
you say it's the greater good, whatever.
No, but here's the deal. What is Batman, Spider-Man? What do they have in common? You're not a big comic. You're not a big.
They wear costumes.
It's very correct.
Is that it?
That's not. Well, it is. That's one.
What else they got in common?
Related to this topic, they don't be killing people.
That's not true. Batman.
On purpose. Okay, no, Batman Batman don't kill people. That's like one of his main principles. Not saying he hasn't killed somebody.
He has.
He has.
What about Deadpool?
But those are like other people who are
Deadpool
killing.
be offing people on the red.
Okay, Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool probably. Deadpool deserves a lot.
I think.
I mean, I love him, but I'd be arresting Deadpool.
Let's
sure.
see. Man.
But this is different though. This is different
Mm-hmm.
because Batman, Spider-Man, like they're not going after, the Zodiac killer. Like they're going after Kingpin and Rhino and Venom, all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like these are like low level guys.
If I was Spider-Man, I would have finished off the man that killed Uncle Ben. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he did. I can't remember. At least in the one with Tobey Maguire in episode 1, I think it was on accident. I don't know. I haven't read into like
maybe later on,
like that, but
not that night when he had the opportunity.
Yeah, that night.
No, he didn't.
With Tobey Maguire? Have you ever watched that one?
I've seen every one of them.
No
he
way.
hung him from a web, and the police showed up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Out.
He fell out that window. That was that night though, when he found him in the warehouse deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got, to fighting or whatever.
Oh, am I wrong?
I think he survives. I think you're right about the web part. I think he does,
because then.
But it was that night.
Because wasn't Sandman his partner?
Yeah, but you don't know that till episode 3,
right?
Because Sandman's the one who actually killed him.
Oh, that's right.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
but he didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Until regardless. All right. Anyways, Luigi.
Time for Gurney to nerd out.
Yeah, which is weird because you don't watch none of that stuff.
I've watched every single Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man.
I've watched that entire series.
Okay, but when we were at Academy, I tried to make them watch Star Wars.
Star Wars is not even in the same universe.
It's better.
You cannot compare Star Wars to Spider-Man.
It's better.
Spider-Man is the coolest superhero ever created. Star Wars is.
I think Batman's pretty cool.
Well, Star Wars is super.
Batman.
See, I don't like Batman. I'll watch Iron Man. I'll watch Spider-Man. I'll watch the Avengers. I'll watch the Avengers. I'll watch all that stuff because it all comes together. But Batman's not even in the same realm as everybody else.
Yeah, he's just a different universe.
Yeah,
DC.
Marvel's good.
So you don't like Superman, The Flash?
No.
What's wrong with?
They're just not to the level of. I mean, Superman's some buff dude that's got all these cool powers. Spider-Man, all he's got is spider powers, bro, and he's some kid. Some scrawny little kid making look at Deadpool, scrawny little dude.
Deadpool's a mercenary who just happened to mute. He's a mutant.
Well, yeah, but
not before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Who else?
Deadpool's a
Tony Stark. Guy. He's like Elon Musk, bro. If Elon Musk decided he was gonna come with, if Elon Musk shows up in his Iron Man suit and he starts becoming the vigilante, dog,
that's a bad day. I mean, he basically is.
I mean, what he owns MSNBC now. He owns all this stuff.
He probably could make a real.
He actually might be. Maybe
he already is.
He's the drones.
Maybe he's the drone. Maybe he's a drone. Maybe he's just a drone. Maybe the guy we see in public is just drone Elon Musk. Like he's just rich, sitting behind the scenes.
I think that might be the case. Honestly,
I don't know. But anyways, with this Luigi dude. Have you heard any of the theories out there? Because there's one specifically.
No, I just heard.
First off, do you think he did it?
100%. I just watched a video today of him laughing in court. Most people.
But you sure he's not just confident?
I don't know.
Or is it confidence whether or not he's not going to be found guilty because they don't have enough?
He might not be found guilty. I mean, it's going to be hard enough for them to even find a jury with all the media it's gotten and all that.
Yeah, he's like Ted Bundy of our time. Well, not to the level of the severity, but the publicity.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
They perp walk him, bro. Have you seen videos of that?
Yeah.
With 100. Okay. Also, I seen a video of his lawyer in the courtroom, and she's all like, "They perp walk him. It's unnecessary." And they had these big rifles and I didn't even know that was in NYPD's arsenal. It's just like an AR.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, bruh. NYPD. It's like one of the biggest departments out there. And it's a SWAT guy holding it.
They stick to BB guns around.
Yeah,
around
no,
that part.
no.
Hey, they do get like 2 beers.
Like,
of shit.
why do people act like ARs are like rocket launchers? Like, we're just walking around.
I mean,
with
half
fucking
the people
RPGs.
don't even know what AR even means.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, back to where we were.
We're trying. All right. 286 theory. That's what I've been wanting to talk about.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so, oh yeah, I got it in here. Where is it? Right here. So this is what I read. Something about the number 286 apparently links this dude to everything. So I'm gonna read this real quick. So in his profile on X, all right, I guess he posted some pictures. It was like a Pokemon, a picture of himself, and like a X-ray of his neck, because I guess he got that surgery on his neck or back or something.
His back, yeah.
Anyways, what this Pokemon Breloom, okay, it's the 286th Pokemon in the Pokemon Index. Okay, so there's 286, and then he's posted exactly 286 times on Twitter or on X. The 286 is also the code health insurance companies use when the appeal time limits for healthcare claim are not met. Okay. See smell what I'm stepping in?
Nope. I hear you.
And then also the Bible verse. Okay. Proverbs 28:6. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways. 286. So maybe everything just relates back to two. And then like,
okay, so I
hold on,
and
then one more thing. At the McDonald's he was at apparently was 286 miles away from where the shooting had occurred. But I guess on here it says on Google Maps it's actually 279. But
so that's not even relevant.
Yeah.
My question is, what does even if all that's correct, what's the theory? You're just telling me that
I guess like that. You're right. I guess it's the Bible verse. Maybe he's relating everything back to that Bible verse. Better is a poor man who walks.
Well, how long
has
he had Twitter?
I think a while. I don't know.
You think he went back, checked how many posts he had exactly to line it up to have 286?
No, but he could have not been.
You know how many conspiracy theories and things like that show up from this kind of stuff?
Yeah, but
I guarantee it has absolutely no relation.
Okay, then why would he post that Pokemon? Picture of that Pokemon.
Maybe he's a nerd. You'd post a picture of Star Wars.
This dude's like the real life Riddler, bro. That's like a riddle.
Speaking of Batman, what do you do for a living?
I don't know. I just know he traveled, and I think he lived in Hawaii or something like that.
Yeah, I read that. And Hawaii's the 286th state to join the Union.
I don't think that's a thing.
Trying to connect your dots here.
I mean, that Bible verse, though.
Okay.
Does that not relate?
Well, let's see. Let's try.
Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways.
Okay.
Does that not relate to the situation? So he's saying he's a poor man with integrity than the rich man who walks in crooked ways.
Mm-hmm.
That CEO. Crooked. I would say a lot of people. Cricket.
Crooked.
Sorry, man. I'm from Kansas.
Okay.
I would say a lot of people probably agree that he's maybe a little on the crooked side.
286, huh?
Yeah. Proverbs. I'm not really like a Bible man myself, so I couldn't even really tell you if that's what it actually says.
I mean, I feel like you could probably find find any book of the Bible and find chapter 28, verse 6, and in some way you can twist it around for it to make sense in that situation.
But that's like very specific. That's pretty good. Like maybe he.
I mean, I didn't know this guy was poor.
Is he religious?
I don't.
Do you know if he's like super religious? Because if he's super religious,
maybe
then he would know the Bible, right? Obviously,
I mean,
at least most
if
of
he
it.
was like extremely fit. I mean, it takes someone that's not right in the brain to go out and do something like that.
Well, yeah.
So maybe
I don't
he
think
was
anybody's
overly
agreeing that
fixated on things like that, and maybe it is related. Maybe he specifically chose
this. He posted like 3 random pictures. That X-ray, that him on vacation, and that Pokemon were like all posted together with no explanation.
Mm.
So it was
you think he'd have the data line though, like
the what?
The date? If 286 was that important.
What's 286 though? What date would that be?
The 286th day of the year.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. What day would that be?
Oh.
Because that had to be like
what day?
A couple months ago. This happened not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
It was longer than that. It took him 5 days just to find the guy.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
The 286th day of the year was October 12th.
He could have done that. Maybe it was too hard because I think he just killed him outside a hotel or something.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, bro, I was looking for you October 12th.
Yeah,
didn't find you.
I had no idea where you were.
This is gonna happen. This is what we're doing here.
I mean, he got all these other ones.
Yeah,
that would have been nice. Like, why would he go to a McDonald's though? Pretty close. I guess that doesn't. It's pretty close. Maybe he just got his math wrong. Maybe he thought, like, maybe he used Apple Maps instead of Google Maps.
He probably used Waze like I do.
Yeah, like Waze or something.
Yeah, Waze would probably put it at 286, honestly.
And depending on
and Waze flags where the cops are, so he knew he was in the clear until
because he did get on like a little bike or an electric bike or something like that.
How much did he spend on his order?
Oh, I have no idea. I think a McDonald's worker snitched on him though.
I think it was someone that was there at the McDonald's that obviously has enough money to pay for his medical bills because let's be real.
But
us poor people. See you later, bro.
I mean, I don't know. The uncop side of me, I probably wouldn't. I would just like mind my business.
I mean, I probably wouldn't even recognize.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't recognize.
Nope. It's just another person. See ya.
Which I'm pretty bad at that in general.
Yeah.
Recognizing things. You know, when they put like bolos out, be on the lookout for this.
Mm-hmm.
I forget it like 2 seconds after they.
Yeah. Or when you're sitting there running radar or whatever you're doing. And I'm like, hey, bro, like, is the gas station still open? I just saw someone walk in. Who was that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm staring right at it, but I don't know. Didn't see it.
I don't know who that person is. Could be a worker or something. You just expect me to know everybody?
You weren't even looking.
I wasn't, but it's not surprising. I mean, they do walk in and out of there all the time.
I don't know.
All times in the night. But I don't know, dude. This thing's, It's seen at work. Working. I don't even know what that is about. Monopoly or something? But, yeah. I don't know. 286 theory. We'll see. We'll see what comes of this. You see how well trimmed he is? Have you seen any videos of him in court compared to the before and after?
No.
Before. Yeah, well now.
How well what?
Like groomed.
Oh, you say trim. Okay. Yeah. No, I haven't.
Like his
Dude, if I was getting that much publicity, you'd bet you're, yeah.
Well, that's why I said it's like the Ted Bundy case, because there's like
get my haircut.
Girls there. He's got like fans now.
Dude, you know how it is?
Like people were,
Dennis Rader.
Yeah.
BTK, all the women love him. I don't understand it, but
yeah, now they're on like people are okay. At the end of the day, if he did it, no matter who it was,
right?
No matter who it was, it's not okay. Okay, we can't just go out here and off people.
Yeah, make the government responsible for holding those corrupt leaders accountable. And it'll never happen, but
it won't.
It's not our job to.
But we can't. Back to the vigilante stuff. You know, sometimes we just can't be taking stuff like that, especially out of nowhere. You know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and he 3D printed the gun.
Did he?
Yeah. I saw today that he 3D printed the gun. I don't know if that's accurate.
And that's what
he
used, or like he was just practicing with that?
Let's check.
The 3D print again. How long was he,
Luigi?
How long was he like actually planning this out then to 3D print a gun and actually be able to use that gun?
Yeah, it was 3D printed.
What about the bullets? I didn't even know you could do that. Make a gun with 3D printer.
That's kind of crazy, honestly.
That's scary. You know how many criminals now are going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Felons. Oh, I can't buy a gun. I'll just 3D print one.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll go buy a $300 printer and just make like 10 of them.
That's crazy, actually, to think about.
Yeah, because it's not metal.
Mm. Well, I think there is actually metal parts to it, so I don't know. Maybe he just 3D printed the frame,
and then put like a slide and shit.
Yeah.
But what was the point of that? Just like an untraceable weapon?
I mean, yeah. Burn it afterwards.
Yeah, you could. You could, because if he didn't do that, he had to buy a gun, serial number, all that stuff. And then you're looking at another crime, scratching the serial numbers off and stuff.
Well,
not saying like that's going to really matter.
Did he scratch them off if there was never printed there?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you use just like a 3D printed gun, like, I'm sure there's some type of like gun making laws, though. I haven't really looked into it. But for sure.
It was the FMDA 19.2. Relatively old model by 3D printed gun standards.
So he didn't even print the updated file.
Yeah, he didn't even. Bro, they would never caught you. You just had to update your system and you've been good to go.
His computer probably couldn't handle it. 3D printer. He had an older one or something. It's like, I'll just get that cheap
ran out of the ink he needed.
Because imagine if he used the old one and it just didn't work. Like, he's like, yeah. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, no kidding. Just kidding, bro. It's plastic. Gotcha. It's plastic. Don't worry.
I mean, you'd be looking at it a lot less of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was just doing that to put this in reality. Change your ways.
Yeah.
That's what he should have just took that route.
But you think that would have worked?
Well, I don't know. Nobody can tell now.
I mean, how many criminals have you arrested? That I think when you put someone in handcuffs, that's usually like saying, hey, change your ways.
Yeah, but he's not a criminal. He's a CEO. Which, his change of ways were like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go spend $500,000 on security a year now.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. You know what, man? You're right. Let me stop making billions of dollars off of all these injured Americans. Well, everyone.
Yeah. I'm going to get Airbnb instead of hotels. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's a crazy case. We'll see. People ask me about it all the time in my lives and stuff. I'm all like, honestly, I don't know. Who knows if he even really did it?
Mm-hmm.
And if he did, I'd have no idea what type of evidence they have against him or anybody by that fact, besides the fact that he like looks like him, you know?
Barely, but yeah.
But because I've watched the security footage like once, so I'm not sure how.
Oh no, there's a lot of theories on it.
There is
a lot of people thinking that he's not the guy, thinking there was more than one person involved, thinking it was all staged. Which who knows? I mean, you'll never know.
Who knows? All right, so let's move on from that. Because honestly, I could care less about what happens to that guy. I don't know. Not the CEO, the guy that's in trouble.
He'll be.
I mean, I hope
cremated or buried.
I'm talking about Luigi.
You said the CEO.
I said not the CEO, not the CEO. I mean, R.I.P. But if that guy did it, I hope he gets prosecuted. You know. Let's talk about some weird laws.
Weird laws.
I
read one law that like you can't. It's like you can't eat ice cream under a gazebo on a Sunday in like Virginia or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that. And we might just have to make this a segment because there's a lot of laws like that. So let's go over this first one. In Alabama, Brian, It's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter. Yeah. Can't wear a fake mustache. The origin of this law was likely enacted to maintain. Basically, I've already read this. Basically, it's like a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, and back then, which, oh man, I don't have the date on here, but back then, obviously religion was a lot bigger of a deal than it is now. I would say. I mean, that's why America's like undergone and all that stuff. And nowadays, it's kind of, even though we should probably get back to that, but
I mean,
now they're doing like you can't say Merry Christmas in the classroom.
Yeah,
you say Happy Holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically like a distraction. But what a weird law. I mean, who's the guy who's wearing a fake mustache in the first place to church?
Honestly.
Like,
he was just trying to get some girl. Everyone else had facial hair. Dude showed up.
Like, I get why the law would probably be made back then, but like who started this in the first place? That's my thing. And why not beards? You can wear fake beards, just strictly mustaches.
He was trying to pick up the sheriff's daughter. That's where.
That's where it was. So shout out Alabama.
Yeah.
Don't wear illegal or fake mustaches to church. That's illegal. Well, I guess actually it's legal unless it causes laughter or distraction.
In Alabama.
In Alabama.
So all of you that wear fake mustaches just stay at Alabama.
Which Alabama is kind of a weird place. Sweet home Alabama. All right. So we got another, in the current status on that. Still in the books in Alabama. It's not actively enforced. And it's considered a relic of the past.
I'd like to be the guy that goes and arrests
We should go to Alabama, wear fake mustaches into a church just to cause some laughter. Imagine. All right, Arizona. Donkeys are not allowed to sleep in bathtubs.
Dang it, dude.
Gosh dang it. So basically, this has happened in the 1920s. A rancher near Kingman, Arizona, had a donkey that frequently slept in an abandoned bathtub. One day, the dam broke.
Oh, no.
I wonder if there's still a dam or if they rebuilt a dam. It flooded the town, and it washed away the donkey while it was still in the tub, miles away. And after significant rescue efforts, the town passed a law prohibiting donkeys from sleeping in bathtubs to prevent such incidents in the future.
I mean, that's solid.
The whole law,
you got to protect the donkeys.
But that only happened one. I'm sure that's the only time that's ever.
Like, there's probably so many people that had donkeys back then.
That is probably true.
You know what I mean?
Probably like, yeah, this could probably happen.
Right. Yeah.
But that's such like a.
It's probably like the equivalent of not leaving your dog in the car. Like, hey,
you have to have a donkey. You have to have a bathtub.
Don't leave your donkey.
And you have to have a donkey sleep in a bathtub. Then you have to have a dam break. That's a lot to make a whole law. Damn. That's a damn law. That's crazy. And it still remains in effect, apparently, in Arizona. And then this says, rarely. And when I looked at it, it said it's rarely enforced ever in modern times. So has this happened again?
They just needed a warrant on someone's
Maybe
house.
they needed.
They saw a donkey sleeping in the bathtub. They're like, this is our opportunity. Boot the door.
This is actually against the law. I have to say, oh, I smell something.
Oh, wow. Look, how did I find this?
Yeah, and if this dam keeps breaking, it sounds like they need new engineers. If this happens.
This next one, I'm reading ahead on your screen.
That's all right. But, okay, I've read this next one.
This next one seems pretty legit.
Yeah. This is, basically, in Minnesota, it's illegal to grease a pig and let it loose in public.
You know that started as some, like, senior prank.
Yeah.
And no one could catch this pig, and it tore the town up.
It was enacted in 1971. Minnesota Law 343.36 prohibits greased pig contest and turkey scrambles. So basically, it was probably like a town get-together type deal. They're greasing pigs. I mean,
it's Minnesota. Like, what is there to do there?
Yeah.
Is that even like a real state?
Yeah. How many times has Minnesota come to my mind? Like zero.
Exactly. What is there? Justin Jefferson?
I don't know. Is Mount Rushmore in Minnesota? Or is that South Dakota?
It's South Dakota.
Isn't it right there on the edge, though? Isn't Minnesota like right there to the west of South Dakota?
I don't know.
Yeah. Why were you just looking at me like I'm stupid?
I was listening.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what you were going to say.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's Montana. It's Montana. Right there next to South Dakota. Anyways, yeah, I have no idea where Minnesota is.
It's fake, bro.
Yeah, it's just
the only thing there is the Vikings. Justin Jefferson.
Minnesota Vikings, yeah. And nobody cares about them. So, they basically don't exist. This was basically made to prevent animal cruelty, which is valid. I mean, ensure public safety. Such events could lead to harm for both animals and participants. Valid.
Yeah.
Current status. This law is still in effect in Minnesota. Violating it is considered a misdemeanor. Nice. And while the popularity of such events has diminished, basically, the law serves as a reminder of past practices in the state's commitment to animal welfare. Which is solid. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid law.
Yeah.
Can't be greasing up pigs. That's like...
you know it's not for the animals' welfare. Some big boy that was probably the chief of police or the mayor of the town or some government official went to go catch that pig and looked like a fool.
Yeah, somebody looks stupid doing it.
He's like, nah, bro. We're done with this. You're going to jail.
Yeah, he lost all his money. Mm-hmm. He's all like, yeah, you know what? We're done with this. Yeah.
Or someone bet you $100 I'll catch that pig.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's pretty good. We'll have to I think we should do that as a segment. Wild law. I'm sure there's a lot of wild laws out there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like we tried to grease a pig and...
You want to? I mean, it's not illegal in Kansas, apparently.
I'm looking at one right now, man.
Looking at two.
I'm looking at one.
Looking at two. There's a mirror right there.
I wasn't looking in the mirror.
But hey, it is what it is. So let's talk about real quick let's move away from the pigs and go into some more pigs. Short-staffed pigs, actually.
Okay.
The staffing crisis for police, not only in America. I guess apparently it's a big thing in Australia.
I mean, let's be real. We don't live in Australia, so who cares about all that?
I'm just saying.
But
it's a lot.
Let's be real here.
We do have listeners on Spotify from Australia.
I understand that. So, cops don't make enough money.
Yep.
They can do literally anything else, make more money than they do being a police officer. The public hates them. I mean, what are the benefits of being a cop?
Yeah.
You face lawsuit, scrutiny from everyone.
Civil and criminal.
Right. Your communities don't like you. The media does not portray you in a good way. You don't make enough money. I mean, can you blame people for not wanting to be cops? Like, it's something you have to, like, really, really be passionate about.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people hate us? What's your main reason?
I mean, because...
To me, it's media, but...
I mean, yeah, but, I mean, if there weren't bad cops out there, then there would be nothing for the media to post about.
No, but there's going to be bad everybody.
Right.
No matter what profession it is, but...
I think the main problem... Yeah, obviously media amplifies the problems, but the main problem is training. Like, you got dudes that have zero training, like clearly have zero training. And when they get put in these situations, they do the wrong thing, obviously, whether, it's a sad ending, if you know what I mean, or just whatever it is. I think it just boils down to that. I mean, departments don't have enough funding for the training, so that's the first thing. But outside of that, like, don't let your guys get on the street until you know that they know what they're going to be doing. Especially with these First Amendment auditors and things like that, and like what we talked last week. Like, these are the trainings we need.
That's why we definitely should be defunding the police.
Right. I think that's a big problem.
If anything, I think police needs more funding.
Right.
And
I mean, I'll be honest. Kansas, what? We do 14 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
That is not enough.
No.
14-week academy, dude.
And,
nah.
But the reason, I mean, but like it makes sense why we do it, but at the same time, like the reason why we do 14 weeks academy is because there's a shortage, one, and we do statewide academy. That
does not seem like an excuse to me.
No, but we do statewide academy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying this is what
I'm not worried about
these departments.
I'm not worried about policy and things like that, department to department. But there's so much that cops can learn as a whole that is universal that can still be taught. And 14 weeks just doesn't seem like enough to cover that. In my opinion.
Not. I don't think it is. I think every law enforcement training should be minimum 20.
You know, you've seen people from start to finish that when you first see them, you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work for them. Yeah. And then after they graduate, you're like, good luck to your department.
Yeah, maybe they could have used a couple.
I ain't going to that. I'm not going to that city.
Yeah, for Kansas specifically, like this isn't necessarily my opinion. This is kind of like this is what we were told, and the heads of these departments is like,
they want their people back.
Yeah, they want their people back because they're short. And since we're not like other states, some states, where they do self-sponsor or whatever, or our academy. It's not like Wichita or something like that where we have our own academy.
Yeah, that's why these bigger cities have their own academy because.
So do you think
they obviously see that for Kansas specifically that there's not enough?
Well, it's weird for Kansas because our biggest, department's state troopers. It's like 700 officers or something like that. Mm-hmm. So even if we wanted to switch to like we can't hold our own academy. Like it'd have to be the whole county to even think about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where like other states where you have these bigger cities, like of course they're going to have their own
academy. Well, you can regionalize it, but
yeah. And like Missouri, MSSU or something like that, do it at a college or something. But I don't know. I think for training wise, that's probably better.
Yeah.
I think
police aren't held to high enough standards, whether it be
no, especially not in Kansas.
Whether it be
which that kind of shit's talk us,
whether it be whatever it is, physical fitness.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing.
I don't like getting into that because I start hurting feelings when I start talking about it.
But true.
There are a lot of cops that do not need to be doing it because of the lack of physical. Like, I don't care. You can be old, you can be big, but at the end of the day, if you cannot, meet a set criteria, then sorry, man, you're the person that's supposed to be saving people.
It's not even like you got to be in tip-top shape.
No,
so it's like
I don't care. I don't care if you are big. If you're big and can still finish it, if you're small and can still get the job done, perfect. But there's too many people that
strength isn't a weakness. You know what I'm saying? So it's all like if you're fighting somebody off, if you're
right.
Maybe chasing somebody down or whatever, because you never know. Maybe at the end of the chase, you gotta get into a gunfight or something like that. Or
it's a liability on your department. It's
maybe you're so big like you can't get your weapon out of your holster.
Well,
yeah. So
that liability on the department, the safety of the community is at risk even more. And there's especially in Kansas, we'll use that as an example. There's so many like one-man departments.
Yep.
You have someone that can't even, meet these physical requirements. Something happened. Obviously, everyone says, oh, there's 500 people here. Nothing's ever going to happen until it does.
Yeah, and stuff does happen. Especially on traffic stops, dude. Like, you don't know who's coming through. You stop one car.
I think that's one thing that bothers me the most is that there's no there's no
physical
standard.
Standard or whatever. Yeah, because everybody always asks me about that,
too.
Just
do your hard. Like, I get it.
Your physical test?
The whole world is moving toward participation awards.
Yeah.
But I don't think...
Well, it's these department heads and stuff like that, like, their way to, we'll be able to get more people this way. But, like, do we want more people that way?
Yeah. Sorry, man.
There's better ways to get more people. Pay us more.
Or just throw them on bike patrol.
Yeah.
Like, you can hire them, but they've got a mandatory 2 years of bike patrol.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's better ways to get more people to do this job.
I mean, realistically, the turnover rate is so high.
Yeah.
Why not put that money that you're getting new officers in and out, put it toward salaries of officers and find the people that are actually going to stay and do a good job and put in the effort and,
better equipment, better training, like all this stuff costs money. But at the end of the day, if you, what's going to stop? Obviously, if you have a dude or a chick or whatever that has ill intentions or they're not in it for the right reason, they're going to be a bad cop. But sometimes you have these instances where they made a mistake or something happened because they're just undertrained. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not always the person's fault. You know, they should,
like the Acorn guy.
Are you going to say this comes down to training?
I'm going to say if he was in, if they did more stressful scenario-based training, that may have not have happened.
I mean, yeah, that's probably valid, but I think
imagine if every cop, every knows. How many cops do you think do officer survival training like we did at Academy or something like that? Like that doesn't happen that
probably not.
Exactly. But if we did that all the time, we'd be so much better when it comes to those situations. Handling our firearm or handling stressful situations, we'd have more confidence in ourselves. All those type of things. But we do it once or twice at Academy and we're like, yep, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So of course, because obviously that officer, what he did was completely wrong, but he's put in a situation that he's not actually probably ever been in. And
I don't know. At the same time, you have to kind of mentally prepare yourself for those
and you do.
So
and I don't think he was
strictly onto the department for not having stress training or whatever it may be.
No, but I think it could
an Acorn hits your car and you start popping shots. I think anyone in the world knows.
Yeah.
Let's make sure.
If we're coming down to the fact of is that really why he started shooting? You know, who knows? But if that is why he started shooting, I think better scenario-based training could have maybe helped that situation.
Yeah, get one of your partners with a sim round, throw them in the back of the cruiser, throw an Acorn down at the car.
We're just going to start having Acorn training. That's what we should have. Start realizing, the difference between acorns and gunshots.
Could you imagine being that guy and going home like, honey?
Oh, man, dude. Hey,
I just got put on administrative leave.
I'm going to be on the news.
Yeah. I guarantee he probably showed up, told her this whole story. Oh, these guys drove by, started shooting out the window. And then all the body cam releases. She's like.
Because, here's the thing. Actually, you know what really would have prevented all of that? The confidence in him just doing his job and doing a search instant terrorist. You know what I'm saying?
He hadn't searched him at all.
I think he did search him, but if you search somebody and because you did a good search, there is not a weapon on this person.
Was he cuffed?
Yeah.
Or just
he was cuffed in the back of the car. So, and it's not he thought somebody else shot because he unloaded it. He mag dumped his car. Yeah. So if 100%, I did a good search. I know this person does not unless he put it in his prison pocket.
And then he also has to remove the handcuffs somehow.
Yeah. The chances of that happening are 0%.
The window.
Yeah. So even just something as simple as that, don't get complacent. Right. Better training.
I won't say too much because obviously when it comes down to it, I haven't been in that situation. But
yeah, that's very true. You never know what you're going to do, but
I would like to think
training is 100%. There's situations I've been put in where before I've ever been in that type of situation, I didn't know how I was going to handle it or how good I was going to do. I was nervous about it. But when it happened, like my first time doing CPR, I think I told you about that. The first time I've ever done CPR, when I worked at the prison, I was always so nervous about it because I'm do I really know what the hell I'm doing?
Right.
And then, but when it happened, I had to do it it's just I wasn't even thinking.
I
went to muscle memory.
I was singing. I was playing.
Yeah, you just go exactly what you train to.
That's how we train, going to the beat of that, and literally in the middle of compressions, that's the only thing going through my head.
And
I'm okay,
it's
staying alive.
Yeah, dude, it was I got there, checked if he's breathing, wasn't breathing, pull them off the bed, put them on the ground, ask for the AED, and started compressions.
Right.
But I don't feel like I consciously made those decisions. Like I just did that because that's what I was taught to do.
Right.
So I feel like good training is like super essential.
Right,
And
because even if it's not something that you regularly practice, if you went in depth with the training enough, it's gonna be in the back of your head somewhere.
Yeah.
And when things start clicking, your brain's gonna pick up on those things, and you're just gonna start, you're gonna revert.
Your brain's
back to
crazy. It's gonna go like,
it's like,
what
I've been in
situation
this,
have I been in?
I've been in this
like
situation before. Let me revert back to what I did the last time I was in this situation. I mean, and it goes the other way. That situation you had on that traffic stop.
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll never.
Yeah.
It'll never go down like that again.
Nope.
Which obviously nothing. It wasn't. There was no ill intentions or anything like that. But
no, yeah, which good. But yeah, it's just training. And I've been out to the range. Like especially after that, like I've been out to the range. I've taken my truck out there and I've practiced like walking up to windows and stuff like that and pulling my gun out or whatever. Even as simple as like getting a new holster or something like that. It's always as good to train because in this profession, no matter who you work for, what department, what state you work for, how big or large your department is,
you never
like anything could happen. And that's crazy about this job is that literally almost anything could happen.
Yeah.
Like, so why not prepare for any type of situation?
Yeah, you're dealing with people on their worst days.
And that's why that's why I think training is just a huge thing because you can't get enough of it.
Right.
Like you're going to learn something new every single day. Like you could go take the same handcuffing class we did. Guarantee we're going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think that's a big reason. I think better equipment, better funding, all that type of stuff. And,
and communication skills, dude. I think that's another huge thing is that
not being so,
Right. And I mean, I do see like, watching videos and stuff like that, people get put in these situations and they always revert back to blaming the media, blah, blah, blah. They're like, well, whatever it may be, they already see us this way, whatever But the biggest thing is people don't know how to communicate. Like
that's why I think like this type of stuff.
What you do
when it comes to, people say like, oh, being on TikTok or social media as a cop's unprofessional, but like social media, like they paint such a negative light on us. And
like
a
robots.
lot of it, and a lot of it I also think is because the public doesn't really know about the job. Like they see the outside, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine let's just say like a traffic stop. Like you have, as an officer, you have no idea what's going in that situation. And then you hear like all these horror stories of people just like walking up and getting shot. Officers just walking
and
up.
then at the same time,
so of course we're going to be on edge.
Right.
And if that was you would be on edge.
But at the same time, you can't.
But you have to know how to do it right.
Right. You can't just go up to every single traffic stop like this guy's getting ready to shoot me.
Right. But we have to go up.
You just have to have that in your mind that
people just have to realize, like law enforcement, like when we're approaching your window, we're not necessarily coming at you with like ill intent or thinking you're a bad guy. We're coming at you just in a heightened state, if that makes sense. Like we're just like more aware or trying to be aware of our surroundings. So like if we're looking here, or like looking at you weird, it's not really like because of you. It's just like we're just making sure we're safe at the end of the day.
And we're coming up to your vehicle. We don't know who you are. We don't know what's in your car. So don't get mad that I'm looking through the window.
Like I'm just trying to see. I want to make sure I'm good to go. I'm trying to go home to my family. I got plans, and that's why dark window tent's a thing. I'll never write a tent ticket, but at the same time, like that when people do write tent tickets, like that's why that law is there. It's officer safety.
Dude, speaking of that stuff, they were on our head about that last podcast about the comment I made about tickets defining policing.
Oh my God, they were.
I want to clarify
on the TikTok video.
Right. I want to clarify. I did not say don't stop cars or don't write tickets. The statement I was making was that writing a ticket does not define policing.
Yeah, which
I stop cars every single night. I'm picky about my stops. I'm looking for certain things and indicators telling me that something might be going on. But yes, I love stopping cars. I'd love to work on an interdiction team. I'm a canine handler. I'm 100% for stopping cars. However, I don't get off on writing everyone I stop a ticket.
Yeah.
Or a summons.
I could care about less charging people money.
I give more warnings than, I give so many warnings.
Yeah. I would say like around here, like these smaller places, like I get it in like Dallas, Texas, like, yeah, they might be more on your head about these traffic infractions.
And I will say there are certain people.
And I could understand that.
Right.
Because
there's agencies that have traffic enforcement units. But even then, look past the stop. Like, look at other things going on.
I would say almost every stop, like, you have these units in these bigger cities that are like interdiction units and stuff like that.
Right.
But like here, I'd say almost every stop, at least I could speak for me and you, like it's almost like every night we're doing interdiction. Like we're looking not necessarily for traffic violations. We're looking for other things. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, pass a stop. Like we see a broken tag light or a tail light out, like, yeah, we see that, but we're also like, we want to make that stop, make contact with that person and see what else is going on. We're not just, hey, your tag light's out, get that fixed. Oh, here's a $300 ticket,
Right.
So I think that's pretty common for these smaller areas to where it's not congested with traffic a bunch, not that accidents do happen, but not like downtown Chicago or something,
Right.
So, and we're not just traffic units, we take calls and stuff, but at least for me, when I'm running traffic, like it's mostly like interdiction type work, you know.
I just mean like the overall definition should not be to write tickets. Yeah. When I think of police officers, I think it's someone that's going to try to keep the community safe. And obviously, stop, speed enforcement can keep the community safe.
Mm-hmm.
But you also want your community to be on your side, things like that. So, there's just a lot more to it. I think a better definition of policing is being involved in your community, protecting your community, and obviously still enforcing the laws within that community.
Yeah. Just building trust with people.
Yeah.
And what's a better way of building trust than catching cars with dope or illegal stuff on them? And
especially in small towns. Everyone in the town's going to drive by you 10 times.
Yeah. And
they want to know who's getting arrested, what's going on. And then they talk about it. That's just how small town, that's how small towns work. But I've made arrests, and 10 minutes later, I get a text.
Yeah, good job.
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
Thanks. Can I call you? No.
That was kind of my fault. I kind of edited that video a little bit.
Yeah, terrible.
Chopped it up.
Terrible editing.
Which I did that, which it worked. It got
publicity. But
that's why I did that.
Kind of like what the media does. They edit out the whole
they
story to get the views.
But yeah, people were saying all types of crazy stuff. Oh, you just sounds like a bunch of lazy cops who don't want to do nothing.
No, I'm like, no, that's not the case. Like,
it's just like we're not in it just to write tickets and fuck with people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to us, I cannot speak for every law enforcement officer, every cop.
There's people do different things. Like I work in the county. Some of us focus on going and talking to people at stores and business owners and things like that. Some of us prefer working traffic on the highways. Some of us prefer driving dirt roads. And in the county,
to do those things.
There's more burglaries in the county than, and so it just, it depends on your style of policing,
And people don't realize, like, also, like, the vast difference from different departments, our area to these bigger cities and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I just posted that video today of me talking to that old man on that traffic stop. I don't know if you saw that, but basically,
I don't.
It was like that happens. Stop a dude in town or whatever, and you have a conversation with somebody on the road for 15 minutes or something like that.
Right.
So that's just how it is around here, And
yeah, we're not sitting here. Neither one of us are sitting here patrolling O Block. Like,
yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna like. We are only gonna speak about what we experience, what we go through in our relative field, in our our place. we are definitely in our lane. Experience. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying like we're out here, we're seasoned vets. Every cop should do this way, and blah 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 blah. Because I will tell you right now, there's cops out there that know more than me, are probably better than me 100%. And that it just, we're just speaking about our experiences, you know, in the area we're in. That's just how we do things. And I don't know. People are going to get mad about it, and you're not going to make everybody happy. But we have a different view on it, and that's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. Policing, to me, is, I agree with you. I don't think it is defined by just writing tickets. You know, I think if you want to be a cop, especially nowadays,
I mean, obviously find your
niche.
Find your thing and go with it. But don't forget the objective at the end of the day.
Yep. Well, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
I would keep trying to make these longer, but I'm sure this is about the same length.
I think it's good. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Everything I saw says really to keep it like 15 to 30 minutes until you get a good following. So, you know, people are watching. You know, obviously we got the set group of followers, but it'll get there.
It'll get there, and but yeah, I think we'll pick up on some more segments. I like talking about those weird laws. That was fun. Yeah. And we might just have to do that type of stuff, or some different mysteries or whatever, murder mysteries.
Sure. Start getting
one episode we recorded. We talked about DB Cooper one time. We had a scrap.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I
did like that.
So maybe something like that.
Yeah. Get some guests in here, maybe some experienced guys, tell some stories, things they've been through.
Things from our eyes.
We'll keep working on it. So,
but yep, the audio version's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Obviously, you can see the visual version on YouTube at Badge Banter. Mm-hmm. Go check out TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And yeah, some people ask me about updates on the clothing brand. I'm just going to address that here. It's slowly coming along. We had some issues with the designer, and
yeah, we had some beef.
So we had some beef going on, so
it's all good.
It kind of got halted for a little bit, but we're still working on it. And I'd say we're still looking at like a month or so time frame, but yeah, that's about it. Stay tuned for next week, and yeah.
See you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace out. Good job, Brian.